Utility is simply satisfaction, and what we're going to do today is look at the extra satisfaction gained from an extra unit of consumption, and we're going to look at how marginal utility links to the demand curve, and we're also going to look at how total utility changes as consumption increases. So utility is simply a word that economists use instead of satisfaction, and when we're looking at when a person consumes a good or a service, the more they consume of that, the smaller their utility gets, or the utility per extra unit of consumption. And that's what this table shows. It shows that the marginal or extra utility from a glass of drink drops off as you consume more and more of the product, and you can see it will probably eventually go negative. Over on the right in the purple, you'll see that you've got the total utility, which is increasing as the marginal utility decreases. Now if we put that into a graph, you've got a graph like this. Now note, this particular one's actually graphed on the halfway mark. Sometimes it's done that way, and sometimes other people will just do it with the on the line. It's not really too important, but do note this, that as mu drops off, Tu increases, and where mu cuts the line, just about there, or is about to cut the line, total utility peaks, and if it continued on, it would in fact go down following that cursor as that went under the line. So what you see here is the marginal utility decreasing, and what you see over to the right is a demand curve for drinks, and what you're seeing in that one on the right is we're assuming a person is prepared to pay up to $1 for each unit of utility. In fact, there's a formula called P equals mu. So that's how the demand curve is derived. People are prepared to pay higher levels of satisfaction for the early units of a product rather than the later units, and the more they consume, they're less prepared to pay. So I hope that clarifies one of the key ideas in the utility topic, and that is that utility drops off as people consume more and more, and that people are prepared to pay higher amounts for the early units of a product consumed, higher amounts than they are for the later units, and this leads to the establishment or the derivation of the demand curve